Hey, Frenzy Head Nation, what's up? You've tuned in. You're here for another live edition of Sports Frenzy. That's right, you're here with me for another week of sports talk action right here on Sports Frenzy with Coach Cole. This is season 10, episode 8. What's up, everybody? How's everything going? I always say this, it's been a busy week. It has been. But it's also been a very busy week in sports. So a lot going on the sports front, as we'll hopefully be able to talk about here in a little bit. In the meantime, as I say every week, if you haven't already, then please go and tune in to the Sports Frenzy weekend wrap-up that we did. We've been doing every week now on Sunday nights, usually around 6, 7 o'clock. Try not to be too late about it. Sometimes NASCAR is what holds us up a little bit, but other than that, sometimes we have occasionally a late game that goes. But yes, if you have not watched that show yet, and some of you that are watching the live show can't watch it right now, but if you've watched the live show, you usually watch the live version of the weekend wrap-up as well. But for those of us who don't watch the live show, who have the recorded version, it'll be included in the link, as it always is. Also, other happenings. Got a little tickle in the throat this week, so as always, lemonade on the show to keep the throat refreshed. That helps a lot. And the backup for the tickle in the throat, the big jug of water. That's right. I don't mess around with the small stuff. I keep the big old jugs around. Freeze them and just keep them by me so I can drink them whenever I need them. Lots of water, lots of juice. Anyway, wow. We are on our last week of regular season high school football. I believe it is the final week of regular season for our Lenawee County teams and our Columbia Central Golden Eagles team. End of the regular season. So I believe that means I think playoffs are next week. I'll have to look that up. Usually I believe they start the week after, and that's when we'll be doing whenever it does start. Excuse me. Here we go. Whenever it does start, that's when we'll be doing our full sports football playoff show, and so that week we'll focus exclusively on the high school games. Whether our teams are in it or not, I felt like people really enjoyed it last season when I covered all the divisions, and so we're probably going to go ahead and do that again this year. So anyway, we are on season 10, episode 8, and we are starting off with the final week of high school, regular season high school football. One of the things I've included this week for you guys is who has already made the playoffs. We have no idea who they're playing yet. They do a special show for that. Last year, I was able to catch the show, and so we were able to post live on the results of who was playing who, which I hope we'll be able to do again this season. That was kind of fun to do, so hopefully we'll be able to do that. But we're starting off with our final high school football games of the regular season. And, of course, all these games – actually, most of these games kick off at 7 p.m. on Friday. And I always put on here unless otherwise marked. Well, folks, Frenzy Nation, I don't understand why. I have no reason. Nobody has told me anything about this. But our first game this week We got all kinds of things going on with our first high school football game of the week. So let's go ahead and get started on this, because this week's we're starting right out with our first 3-point bonus game. That's right. Get ready to sing along with me now. Hopefully the throat holds up okay. It's your first 3-point bonus game. It's your first 3-point bonus game. Come on, everybody, sing along now. It's your first 3-point bonus game. Yes, it is. This week, right off the bat, we're starting off with a 3-point bonus game, and I am showing the Addison Panthers some love this week, making this a 3-point bonus game. Justifiably, though, this could be one of the hardest games they play this season, possibly. And let me tell you why. We have the Reading Rangers. The Rangers have 7 wins and 1 loss. And they are traveling to and playing against the Addison Panthers. The Panthers have 7 wins and 1 loss. But there's more to this game. This is not a Friday night game. Don't ask me why. I have no clue what's going on here. But according to the schedule, the kickoff for this game is Saturday at 1 p.m. Yes, this is a Saturday kickoff. Highly unusual. I'm not sure what's going on there. The Addison Panthers are the Cascade Conference champions, and they are playoff eligible. I'm going to assume with Reading having the same record that they are also playoff eligible, but I only put the Lenawee County teams eligibilities because that is what we're following, and that's what we mainly care about. So remember, this is a Saturday game at 1 p.m. at Addison, and it is your first 3-point bonus game right off the bat. Reading and Addison, whoever wins this game finishes their season, obviously, with a win. So, yes. I don't know anything about the Reading program. Other than the fact that I believe that's where my brother Chris Bull went to school. And so, will I be going against the Panthers this week? What do you guys think? Will I vote against Addison? Do I have confidence in the Addison Panthers? We know they're playoff bound. We know they're the conference champions. Will they come in this week with a game attitude to get the win at home over Reading? I think this should be a hard-fought battle. But I believe in you, Panthers. I'm going to go with the Addison Panthers for the victory this week. I was just trying to think. I was trying to remember the Addison Panther fight song, and it escapes me. I don't. Something like, here's to Walt Addison. Something. Of all the others, she is the one. Something Old Addison. They actually brought back the fight song not too long ago. And yeah, it's been a lot of years for me. Graduated in the 1990, for those of you that need to know. And yeah, I haven't, don't remember the fight song very well. So that's it for that game. Next up, we have all right, you guys ready for it? It is the final football game of the season for the Adrian Maples, and they are on the road this week. So we need to show some love for the Maples. So come on, Paulson's room. Come on, Bowman's room. Hope Center, if you want to cheer for Adrian. Anybody else that might be watching the show that are Adrian fans, you want to cheer for Adrian, we need to give them a shout out right now. Give those boys a shout out. Give the Adrian Maples the Adrian Maples football team one last shout for the season. Come on, let me hear it. Let me hear it. Get loud. Get loud for the Maples. I can't hear you, Paulson's room. I know you guys got louder, can get louder than that. Come on. That's nothing. That is nothing. You're really quiet right now. I also know, this was brought to my attention, and I didn't even think about this, but my own student in my room, who lives in Adrian, might want to cheer these guys on, and she can cheer, let me tell you. So as I'm telling everybody else to cheer, it's all right for you to cheer at the moment. Go ahead. Let me hear you guys. Come on. Get it out of your system. Let's go, Adrian. Let's go, Adrian. Maple power. Football season's almost over, folks. Maybe basketball season will be kinder to you guys this year, Maples. But you're on the road this week. You are traveling to, let's see, there it is. Another Panther team, the Western Panthers. The Western Panthers. Yes, that's who you're playing. Western Panthers have 6 wins and 2 losses. Here we go. I feel sorry for you guys, Adrian, but I got to go with the Western Panthers for the victory. Western Panthers. I have not been able to root for Adrian. I'll help you guys get hyped up. Help you guys stay proud for your team. But I just don't think you can get it done this week. All right, our third high school game this week. We have the Blissfield Royals. The Royals are 6 wins and 2 losses. Blissfield is playoff eligible. They have 6 wins and 2 losses. They are on the road this week, traveling and playing against the Ida Blue Streaks. Ida at home. Ida has 3 wins and 5 losses. Three wins and 5 losses. If I had to wager a guess, I would say they are not playoff eligible this year. Blissfield is playoff eligible. And I believe Blissfield gets it done this week. Go Royals. Madison. Trojans have 5 wins and 4 losses. If they can get a win this week, they might be playoff eligible. They will have 6 wins. I think it's 6 wins to get you in. I'm just not sure about that loss ratio. But they are on the road traveling to and playing against the record doesn't reflect it as well now, but a team who has been very good this season, Britton Deerfield. This is Britton Deerfield's last game of the season, even if they do win. I don't think a 5-4 record, final 5-4 record will get you into the playoffs, even if they do win. However, Madison and Britton. Madison, 5 wins, 4 losses. Britton Deerfield, 4 wins, 4 losses. This is in Britton Deerfield. Again, I really like Coach Taz out there at Madison. I got to say, though, Britton Deerfield, man, they got some big wins this season. Those 4 wins were big wins for them. And I think they might just be able to get it done against Madison. It is a home game for them, which would mean neither one of these teams will make it to the playoffs. I just feel like Britton Deerfield, they've had a tough few weeks. This might be their week to get things done. I'm giving the victory to Britton Deerfield. Our next team is the only undefeated team in Lenawee County. And I'm talking about those Clinton Redskins, baby. Clinton has 8 wins and 0 losses. They are your TCC conference champions. And they are playoff eligible. And they are on the road this week as well. They are traveling to and playing against the misplaced the logo here. There it is. The Parchment Panthers. The Parchment Panthers, they have 2 wins and 5 losses. 2 wins, 5 losses. I don't feel like this is going to be a problem at all for Clinton this week. I've got the undefeated Clinton Redskins staying undefeated, going 9-0 on the season. Go Redskins. All right, unfortunately, these next 2 teams, neither one of them, I believe, are going to be playoff eligible this season, and that's a bummer. Sorry for that, Coach Ron, and my Hudson Sideline reporter, Rich Hollowell. Hudson Tigers, they have 2 wins and 7 losses on the season. Not a good season for them at all. They are traveling to and playing against the Columbia Central Golden Eagles, who are 4 wins and 4 losses and have had lots of injuries ruining their season this year. But it is at home for the Columbia Central Golden Eagles. So I'm going to give them the final win of the season. Again, neither one of these teams, I believe, are playoff eligible this year. But I feel like the Columbia Central Golden Eagles will go out with a win. We'll go out with a win on the season. Go, Columbia Central Golden Eagles, go. Next up, excuse my crazy loud dogs in the other room, barking like crazy. They sound like a wild pack of fighting crazy dogs out there. Crazy. All right. We have this was a very long name, so I shortened it down on the list. The UPMF Cobras. They have 1 win and 7 losses. They are on the road, traveling to and playing the Lenawee Christian Cougars. The Cougars have 6 wins and 1 loss and are playoff eligible. They are playoff eligible as well. I have no clue about the UPMF Cobras, but it doesn't matter because they are playing the Lenawee Christian Cougars, and I've got them for the victory. Our next high school football game, we have the oops, what am I doing? There it is. Erie Mason Eagles. They have 2 wins and 6 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the Onstead Wildcats. Somebody has said that the Onstead Wildcats are already playoff eligible. Excuse me. They have 5 wins and 2 losses. And I don't see them having any issues. I've got to go with the Wildcats. Okay, the Morenci Bulldogs. They will not be making the playoffs this year. They have 1 win and 7 losses. They are traveling to and playing against, this is a rivalry game this week, folks, as the Sand Creek Aggies have 6 wins and 2 losses. Sand Creek is playoff eligible. Even though this is a rivalry game, these two teams not big fans of each other. I don't feel like Morenci's gonna have any chance against Sand Creek this week. I feel like Sand Creek's gonna roll all over them. Got the Aggies for the win. Go Aggies. And one final high school football game we have for you guys this week. And these guys are not eligible for the playoffs this year either. We have the 2 wins and 9 losses. The Tecumseh Indians. And they are on the road this week playing the Milan Big Reds. The Big Reds are definitely an playoff eligible team as they have 8 wins and 0 losses. This is going to be a stomping of Tecumseh as Milan walks all over them, and we'll probably see a running clock before the second half of the game. All right, that finishes off our high school teams. Best of luck to all of them, and congratulations to all the teams that are already playoff eligible. We look forward to following you into the next week of action and see where you can go in the playoffs this year. A few teams in will be exciting. All right, we are moving into college football. These are Saturday games unless otherwise noted. We always pretty much cover the Saturday games. It's week 8 action for our local colleges and week 9 action for everyone else. And so this week we are starting off with our Adrian College Bulldogs. They have 3 wins and 3 losses. And they are traveling to and playing against. Oh, I got to find that logo. Got mixed up in here somewhere. A couple of my logos got mixed up today. Where'd it go? There it is. All right, we got the Albion Brightons. The Brightons have 4 wins and 2 losses. Kickoff for this game is 1 p.m. It's not a televised game, but sometimes you can view these games on Adrian College's official YouTube page. Yes, Adrian College has an official YouTube page. And they've been streaming a lot of their games live on there. And I don't care if they are only 3-3. I'm going to go with Adrian College for the victory because I still believe in Adrian College. Our next local college game, this should be a good one. We have the St. Francis Cougars. The St. Francis Cougars have 5 wins and 1 loss. Excuse me. And they are traveling to the 6 wins and 1 loss. And playing incredibly well this season. Your Siena Heights Saints. They have 6 wins and 1 loss, going up against St. Francis Cougars with 5 wins and 1 loss. I've got to give the victory to Siena Heights, baby. Siena is rolling along. Kickoff for this game is 1 p.m. It's not a televised game, but I don't know. I think you can. I think you can probably go down to the stadium and buy a ticket and get in. I'm not sure if these games sell out 100% or not. I have not. Unfortunately, I've drove by the field a few times, but I've never actually been out on the field. So, all right, and your last somewhat local college team we have for you this week. I've got the Kentucky Wesleyan Panthers. And I got to tell you, they're not very good. They have no wins on the season and 7 losses. And they are going up against a pretty good Hillsdale team. Hillsdale Chargers. They have 4 wins and 3 losses. 4 wins and 3 losses. Kickoff for this game is 2:30 p.m., but it's not a televised game. So if you live out in the Hillsdale area or like the Hillsdale area, if you'd like to go watch the game there, I'm sure they probably still have tickets available at the box office. I'm going to go with the Hillsdale Chargers for my choice. I already said kickoff for that game is 2:30 p.m. All right, moving into our other college games. I got to tell you, I had absolutely zero desire to put this next game on here. But as a sportscaster, I was kind of asked to, or more or less, this is, excuse me, whether I think so or not, no matter how I hate them and don't like them at all, this is one of the games to watch this week. So, with that being said, I put it on the sheets very reluctantly. I did not want to put this game on here, but I listen to the Frenzy Nation. When they have requests, we try to oblige those requests. Because I want it to be known, I don't put these games on here. This team I don't cover on Sports Frenzy, nor do I care about them. Not necessarily this first team, but you'll see where I'm going with this in just a minute, as this was kind of a requested game of the week by mailbag and by popularity vote, not necessarily just on my show, but overall talk, excuse me, this week. We have the number 13 Wisconsin Badgers. Now, the interesting thing about the Badgers is they lost this past week. So the Badgers are 6 wins and 1 loss. And they are traveling to and playing against a team I could care less about, hate them, can't stand them. I don't hate is a strong word, but this is a team I will never, ever, they will never get any respect on this show, ever. Not going to happen. Therefore, you don't even get a rating on my show. If you guys are a fan of these guys and you want their rating, then you go find it yourself, because you're not going to hear it on this show. You're not even going to hear their name. You won't even see their logo on my show. That's right. We're talking about that team that's down below Michigan. The only thing you get from me out of this is they are the home team this week. And I'm not even giving you a record because I could care less about these guys. Record is on the sheet. If you want it and you have good enough vision, you can see the small, teeny, tiny print that I put it in because, again, I care less about these guys. Kickoff for this game is 12 p.m., and it will be on Fox if you choose to watch it. Supposed to be a good game. I don't pick these games because I could care less about this team. The only time I will pick for this game is when they play my Michigan Wolverines. As far as it goes, I would give up a point because this is only on here as people wanted to see this good, what they think is going to be a good game on here. So this is a no vote for the coach. Not giving you anything for this one. That's as much as I'm even going to talk about it on the show. So there you go. That's it. We're done. It's on there. All right, next up. We have the number 6 Penn State Nittany Lions. They are 7 wins and 0 losses. They are undefeated. And they are traveling to and playing against, get ready for it, The East Lansing Burning Couches. Penn State is ranked 6th in the nation, and the East Lansing Burning Couches are not in the rankings, not in the top 25 anyway. I don't know if they're in the rankings somewhere, but they're not in the top 25. East Lansing Burning Couches have 4 wins and 3 losses. Win, lose, or draw. I know you guys some of you get sick of me saying this, but win, lose, or draw. Lansing will be burning in this game. Our kickoff for this game is 3:30, and you can watch it on ABC. Like I said before, East Lansing's going to be burning, win, lose, or draw, and they're probably going to lose anyway. The game is in Lansing. Makes it even easier for the Couches to burn. Although it might be 3:30 on Saturday. It's supposed to be rainy, so maybe it'll be a little bit harder to burn the Couches, but they'll find a way to get it done because they do. Anyway, Michigan gave them a heck of a game last week. I don't see East Lansing Burning Couches giving them much of a game this week. I could be wrong. I've got Penn State staying undefeated. And moving on. All right, next up, I see we have Bama Buer tuning into the show, and she's been waiting for this one. Again, some people ask me, Coach, why do you put games on here where you know a team is going to get completely wiped out? Well, there's 2 reasons. First of all, we have Bama Buer, who is a strong supporter of the show, and she likes to see her team on the sheets. Second of all, my younger classroom with my brother Boring in it, and Marty Chapman, their room, they do starting to prep the kids for Sports Frenzy because some of her students will eventually come to me or eventually follow the concept of Sports Frenzy. One of the games they have that they do in their room is Alabama. And so for that reason, I also like to have Alabama on our sheets. Along with they choose the East Lansing Burning Couches game and the Michigan Go Blue game. So 2 reasons for Bama Buer and for the fact that our other classroom also is familiar with these teams. So with that being said, we have the Arkansas Razorbacks. That's right. Bev gets it in there for us. Roll Tide roll. So right now we have the Arkansas Razorbacks. They have 2 wins and 5 losses. They have no chance this week. None. 0 zip zilch. As they limp into the number 1 ranked Alabama. Roll Tide roll for Bev out there. They have 7 wins and 0 losses. They're undefeated and will continue to be undefeated this week. Kickoff for this game is 7 p.m., and you can watch it on ESPN. Easily, Bama will be destroying these guys early in the game. I did not hear, though, if maybe you know the update on that, Bev. Is your starting quarterback okay for this week, or are they going to be on their backup this week? Because last I heard, he had an injury. So if you have any news on that. just vocalize on in on the show for me, and we'll let the nation know. All right, next up is what I consider what is my favorite team of all time. And we're coming off a tough loss last week. I better get a drink of lemonade here. All right, we're talking about another night game under the lights. This one's at home this week. Let's see. Backup. Okay, so Bama Buer has confirmed it for us. The backup quarterback will be starting this week, as their starter is still either in concussion protocol or is injured, and so maybe out for a while. And I'll try and get an update on that maybe later in the show if possible. If not, we'll look up some information on that and post it to the Facebook page. And now would be a good time to, before we jump into our next game, ways you can watch the show. You can tune us in on live every week right here on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, depending on how you like the show. Or you can, Facebook Live is, if you're not a member of the Facebook page yet, you should be. You can just request through a friend who might be on the page already, or even a friend can recommend you to the page, and then I just approve it. Sometimes it takes me a little bit of time to approve people, but I usually stay right on that and get right on it for you guys. So you can watch us on the Facebook page, and you can get information about other games on the Facebook page. Or you can also, you can also tune into the YouTube page. It's Coach Cole, Sports Frenzy 1. If you don't want to deal with all the other Facebook stuff, that's our YouTube page. We also post stuff on our Twitter feed. We're at Sports Frenzy 1. And we post some stuff on our Instagram page. And that's at Sports Frenzy 1 also. So there you go. Those are all the ways you can view the show. Or if you're in a school atmosphere, any school atmosphere, you could request to be put on the list to watch the show here. I am more than happy to send out the videos and the sheets to other schools and other programs. In fact, for a while, we were doing a program in Hillsdale that loved the show, that a teacher who had did a student teaching here went to Hillsdale, and he emailed me one day and said, "Hey, Coach, I'd like to do a Sports Frenzy in our area. Could you send me the stuff?" You betcha we can do that. It doesn't have to stay exclusive in Lenawee County. If you're another school and you'd like to start Sports Frenzy at your school, just let me know and we'll figure out a way to connect and get the information to you. All right. With that being said, let's jump into our next game, as we have the number 8th ranked Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish. The Fighting Irish have 5 wins and 1 loss, and they are on the road this week, traveling to and playing against the greatest college of all time. I'm talking about those mighty Michigan Wolverines. Hail to the victors. Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. Go Blue! Because it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. Let's go Blue. Let's go Blue. Let's go Blue. Michigan is ranked, they fell in the rankings a little bit this week. They are ranked number 19th. 19. They have 5 wins and 2 losses. Kickoff for this game is 7:30. It's at the Big House. Excuse me. And you can watch it on ABC. Because it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. Go Blue. much love out there to Brother Bell, who has been getting ridiculed by some fans, but it's been mostly getting love from everybody else. This guy gives his blood, sweat, and tears to Michigan, and we got to see his tears on the sideline. He dropped the tying ball in the infield, or in the end zone, sorry. He dropped the tying touchdown. And some people who are not necessarily nice Michigan fans have ridiculed this poor kid. Number one thing to remember, these guys are still kids. They're not grown-ups. They are kids. They make mistakes. They're young. They're learning. I just want him to know that we still love him and we're proud of him. And it happens, man. It happens to the best of us. I've got the mighty Michigan Wolverines for the victory. Go Blue! Because it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. Hail to the victors. Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. Go Blue! All right. We're down to a couple of our MAC teams this week. And everybody knows Coach Cole likes his MAC conference games, and I do. So I put a couple of MAC conference teams in this week, and this is one that I would enjoy. Unfortunately, it's not a televised game. Oh, yes, it is, actually. We have the Eastern Michigan Eagles, who got an upset victory against Western Michigan last week. Excuse me, darn it all. They got an upset victory against Western Michigan last week. They have 4 wins and 3 losses. They're on the road. They got a little bit, not really too much bigger of a challenge this week. They are traveling to and playing against the Toledo Rockets, another team I've liked over the years. The Toledo Rockets, they have 4 wins and 3 losses. There are a few games on here this week that I could have made 3-point bonus games just because I feel like they're going to be very good games. This game kicks off at 3:30 p.m. and can be seen on ESPN Plus. So, ESPN Plus, I believe, is like internet access. So you might be able to pull the game up somewhere for this one. In fact, I might be looking for